Instagram. And it looks like we might be on YouTube. We might be.
But you know, it's crazy though. The Jill Scott, like I was so, you know, they say that's my lookalike too, Jill Scott. That and the old little Kim. I always get Jill Scott or the old little Kim.
Jill Scott.
Yeah, I always get that. But
I can see that.
I don't slide on no knobs like that.
Although I can't really.
Yeah, well, so Jill Scott was the video that made everybody go crazy was because she was kind of imitating. No, she was most definitely.
I was about to say
imitating oral sex.
Yes.
And the pleasures of it, her pleasure, okay, in providing it.
I feel like she was very detail oriented.
But it wasn't even that long. And to be honest, just to be honest, because when I was looking at all the comments and stuff like that, I thought it was like a sex tape. I said, somebody don't call me Jill.
What is it?
Who that lady Jill out?
Because you know we always trying to find out. We can't never see that video.
I thought yes. I never see the sex tape.
She never see the sex tape.
I never see the freaking video.
As soon as I hear sex tape, I go look immediately.
I'm like, am I just always late? Like, why don't I ever see the sex tapes? It's just really crazy. But but I saw that me. We brought that on the show. So anyway, I know. Yeah, see, I see the stuff that nobody cares about.
Jill Scott did better,
but that was kind of more sensual.
She went
sensual.
She went in.
And
for all my ladies, clearly she don't mind sucking on some plastic. So you still,
who said? Oh,
I mean, she was doing it with a microphone.
Because it was a mic. Yeah, I gotta say that had to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean, you know,
she might have got electrocuted,
but. I don't think she actually put it anywhere wet, but she might as well have. It was very interesting. I think more so the shock value is that she's on stage and she's doing this. And we just talked about that acceptable and non-acceptable and social norms.
No, I really think it was somebody went crazy that was not a fan, because a casual fan of Jill Scott would think, because her music is
very
thoughtful and
sensual.
Oh, the ones that play on the radio are not like But the Queen shouldn't swing, if you know what I mean.
The ones that go to the show are
not the same person. Correct.
Yeah, the people that go to the show are not those.
They're not. They're not
and
like
so
surprised.
Somebody that
didn't know.
Just knows her from.
Why did I get married?
Yeah, why did I get married?
Yeah.
Know her from something like that, and be like, oh, what is this woman doing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Know her from her golf.
Oh my goodness. Is that Jill Scott? Oh my God. What did she do? What did she do to that? Oh my God. Is this on the TV? She did that on stage. Oh my God. Oh my God.
These Americans.
Rewind.
These celebrities.
Do it. Play it again. Play it again, sister. I need to see Jill.
Is this weekend?
When is the next concert?
No, for real. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, shit, I want to see a concert. I love me some Jill, though. I always love me some
even
Jill.
Jill, she's just that woman.
She is.
And the thing about Jill Scott, whether she gets on the mic and performs fake fellatio or whatever, she is still classy, sassy, and always be her.
Okay.
She has been consistent for years. Yeah. She will be consistent for years, and whatever she does will be a part of her consistency.
Right.
Facts.
Okay. So thank you, Jill. So thank you, Jill, for breaking the internet. Yeah. Okay. Jill might be the reason why we can't see on YouTube. People are searching. Yeah, people searching for old Jill Scott videos.
Look, she's just doing another Kanye trying to become relevant.
I mean, that's it. But boo-boo, wait a minute though. It wasn't even her though. It's not like
you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't trying to post herself.
She ain't do it. It was somebody else. And she probably was like, duh.
I mean,
that's what I do.
Here's the thing. She's probably like, they should have seen what I did last week's show.
She's probably like, honey, I does this.
This is what I do.
That's not even top 10.
Right, exactly.
She was like, okay.
What concert was that again? I kind of forgot about that. The other one, I was smacking myself. Exactly. You know?
I like Jilly.
Oh God, Jill! Thank you for the tea.
Yeah, she is Jill. Yeah,
shout out to you.
She is a total artist.
We'll always
love a total artist. And she does her thing.
She did her thing.
Complete So
I'm
freaking
telling you,
talented.
she's timeless.
Somebody always
As long
call
as-
you
as long-
talented after you done
Yeah,
did
I
something.
did some crazy shit.
After you
She like, what about all my hits?
look,
No one
but
counted them.
Exactly. Look, she went viral for the.
it's so funny because when you milk a cow, it go. Yes, money. That's money, baby. Thank you for whoever is ordering from Keleeba's Crafts on Etsy, baby. Keeping the money coming. You guys check me out for your lock jewels. Y'all heard it here. Let me just do the plug. I love it when I hear cha-ching come from my phone because that means my queens out there ordering their lock. As I was doing, yes. But what I was saying was this is so funny.
Milking a cow.
Milking a cow is like this.
Cha-ching.
This is milking the cow, and that's not so raunchy. But if you turn it around, then you on a video. You going viral. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Move your hands
Look,
like
you
that.
can't even move your hands no more because
You might
they're
start
sexual.
getting changed for other things. So stop moving.
If you order through, I ain't got to see you.
I'll do it again.
I mean, we might have to go on tag. We're not. But listen, y'all. Okay. Okay, so moving on. So that's our tea time. Jill breaking the internet. Okay.
Oh my
God. And Twin getting some coins.
Yeah, okay.
Now
we're doing that
the
shit.
Suga Honey Iced TEA.
Child.
And I'm not even gonna tell you who I'm okay, so we got two things for the she always claiming stuff for herself.
Do you have a Suga Honey Iced TEA?
I don't even know what that is.
So Suga
Honey Iced TEA. Yes.
The S.H.I.T.s award.
The S.H.I.T.s
So
award.
y'all, this is a show, by the way. This is a whole production. This ain't no shit we just threw together. This is a whole production. So we give out the S.H.I.T.s award each and every week.
Yeah.
And this week, so Suga Honey Iced TEA.
And somebody gets the award because y'all out there being flagrant and doing stuff in public. And we are not with the shit.
Not with the shit.
So when you give out the S.H.I.T.s award, it's for things that signify that we are not with the shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Eb Deceleb wanted to share some things. We were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier. Definitely not with the shit.
So I am not with the shit. So my S.H.I.T.s award that I want to nominate is Black China and Rob Kardashian. How right now Rob Kardashian's child support of $20,000 a month has been suspended. So right now he is not paying Black China any child support. Now,
nothing.
Why
he gets nothing?
Why she gets not a penny? In one respect, I'm like, okay. They were accustomed to a certain life. Who are we? At the other side, what are you doing with $20,000 a month? Well,
you don't know her bills.
Child, like I'm not seeing your what do you do? Why do you
don't
need
know her
$20,000 a
bills?
month? But the reason
Your
Rob
kids
is
furs.
saying, okay, honey, yes, meat spurs and more stuff. But the reason Rob is saying, he said he's not making the same money that he used to make. And if y'all do know, he isn't on the show. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, he isn't on the show, so he's not making the same type of money. So he's like, he really wants to renegotiate that.
Is he doing that on purpose?
I think because he's always going to be good at the end of the day.
Right.
Whether it's in his name or whomever's
he could
name.
not make a rack of money. His sisters and his family got their money long. They will take care of him.
Exactly.
He won't be out here homeless.
No.
Probably still be able to pursue whatever things he wants to pursue. He lives a very different life from most of us. Okay, let me just see that. All right.
But and then the other part of the S.H.I.T.s award is when was Matt Damien? What is it? Matt Barnes. Yes, Matt Barnes. So he, my bad. Matt Barnes, the basketball player.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah. And I just watched that movie, but Matt Barnes. He's an NBA player. He just recently got custody. I'm not sure. He just recently got custody of his twin boys.
Okay.
And so he's on this whole pro-father thing. So he's all on Rob's side saying that, he put something out there saying that as men, we have got to stop having babies with these gold-digging women.
I'm glad
he definitely included himself into it because it was a battle for him based upon Shade Room and other sources that, he had to fight for his twins, so he now has them. And he's like, as men, we have to get up and fight for our kids. We shouldn't have to pay just to be fathers in a sense, if we have. And so his point was he has they share custody.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they have shared custody and he's still paying $20K? So that was Matt Barnes' argument. Why is he paying so much? And he has shared custody.
But then my question is this.
And as a father,
you
we want to know your opinion too.
As a mother.
And as a mother.
I want my kids to be able to have, I don't want to live over here in La La Land and then I gotta send you over to the boogie down Bronx. Nothing wrong with the Bronx, but I'm just saying, if you living in some castle in Beverly Hills and you got pools and you got tennis courts and you got all of this and all of that, ain't nobody about to shoot through your window. And I gotta send you over here. I feel like it all boils down to quality of life. Mm-hmm. Now, we all have a different quality of life. Mm-hmm. We all live in different areas. You know what I'm saying? There are certain, baby, I'm sorry, love D.C, but I done passed through Southeast just trying to do my damn lift and make my coin, and they was shooting. Mm-hmm. They was shooting up the street for no damn reason at 10:38 a.m. Who was you shooting, boo? Who was you trying to kill that early in the goddamn morning? Like, okay, but do you want to, like this week, like literally. So shook, shook, queen, shook. Okay, I'm shook.
She done called me a bitch.
No, I'm sorry. I was.
I must really had her shook.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Them bullets was the
you know I don't even be trying to call people a bitch, but queen, I was shook. I done started the whole movement of us sisters not calling each other a bitch. But sometimes you be like, man. You be like, man, they was shooting at 10:38 a.m. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so would you want to pay the money for your kids or your kid's mother, wherever they was gonna go part-time? We sharing custody. Do you want to send them somewhere where the bullets might be flying because she can't afford what you can afford? And you sitting up there with all your money?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
then
I was about to say something.
Before you get started, I just thought about something. We kind of talked about it a little bit before.
Yeah.
I just thought about it from a whole different angle.
Okay.
From, Matt Barnes talking about, does it take $20,000 to blah, 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 blah. To me, all that's noise. You know why? Because we talked about, how these people are having these babies with these. Having babies with a.
So what you want to say?
With these women.
I'll say.
But I'm not. That's not the route I'm trying to go. That's not what I'm trying to. What I'm trying to say is, this child support game and all the stuff that goes along with it is not a new thing.
Right.
We've all known about it. We've all talked about it. You know somebody's going through it. You know somebody. Blah blah blah. You know people. You consider. Like most of the guys have to pay it, or even the women that don't have to pay it. Feel like they're getting ripped off because they have to pay so much.
Right.
It's like after you told a kid, don't touch the stove because it's hot, and then you touch the stove and gets burned.
Anyway.
Okay.
You surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
You the one that got to pay.
You already know that this is what's going to happen before you do it, and now you want to complain about it. You knew it. I mean, you probably weren't thinking about it at the time, when you were getting it in.
When you was getting it in, doing what you wanted to do.
You should have been.
You should have known the trend.
It's that
the trend.
They look at the parent that's not keeping the child and make them pay more or a lot in terms of a percentage of how much you make. I still disagree with that because, like we were talking about before, I have kids. I got 3 of them. And when you have the child, it actually costs you a lot more because every decision you make, generally speaking, if you're a caring parent, is for that child. Like,
absolutely.
You have extra bedrooms because you have the child. The type of food that you buy, the place that you live, you're buying, if you don't have a kid, you're not buying these clothes on a daily.
You can live with your mother or your sister or your brother by yourself.
Just on, right before school starts, and at Christmas time, you have to buy stuff all the time. You have to buy extra food. Your electricity bill is going to be higher. Your water bill is going to be higher. Your gas bill is going to be higher because all this stuff is being consumed. If you want your kid to be in a certain school district, so you pay more for mortgage or rent. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with it. It's not a new thing. You know You have other items that they need, like glasses, braces, doctor's visits, time you have to take off from work. You know, it's a lot of things that people don't have kids don't understand. You know, we were talking at work one time where somebody's like, "Yeah, I got all this leave," and every parent was like, "Yeah, I don't." Because you know you're always going to take off. You got stuff you have to do. The gas that you use to take the kids to the different places that have to go. The bigger that you buy because you have kids.
Right.
You know, just all these things that add up to way more than what somebody is. I mean, I don't know how many parents are on here, but how many of you guys couldn't pay rent one time? Or you couldn't pay your electric bill, or you couldn't pay your gas bill, you couldn't pay something because you had to give your kids
whatever it is they needed.
When we were living in Birmingham, you know, Eb knows because she was with us for a long time. We were so poor. I mean, our kids never knew it, but there were some times that we couldn't eat, but we made sure they had food.
Absolutely.
I mean, you do that kind of stuff, but if you don't have the kids, it's not something you worry about. You know, all you worry about is how much is coming out of your check. Well, every time I get a check, it basically goes to these little midgets that are running around my house eating all my food. You know, so
we have two comments. James was saying that men don't have a fair shake when it comes to the kids. Sometimes I feel like that is true.
That is true.
Sometimes I feel like that is true. And I think that it really depends on what it is that.
Wait.
What the situation,
James,
and then we have a female who says,
clarify that statement, because what is the fair shake?
I think he's saying as far as if there's like, you know, shared custody, or, you know, obviously the parent, if they're going to fight for the child, typically it will go with the mom. You know, they'll go with their mother versus their father. So I think he's saying that there's no real like.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, they could want their child so much, but the court is still going to rule in the favor of the mom.
No, I agree with that. And,
that happens.
And here's what I'll say to that. That is not new.
That's also something
that you
a long time, and it's been going on. And again, we're talking about that wall. You got to work within the confines that you're given. Everything has parameters, and you have to break through it. And you got to do like I got a partner. We were just talking about this the other day. How he was talking about how his baby mama won't let him see and won't let him do this and blah blah blah. And this is what I have to say to that. Every situation is different, but if you want to see your kid and this baby mama is making you walk through 1,000 hoops, then walk through 1,000 hoops.
That's true.
It's as simple as that.
I agree with as well.
And yes, you think your life is the worst, but if you want to see that kid,
you have to
walk through those hoops.
And we all have some kind of hoop of fire that we have to go through. And James, he actually answered you. He said you have to show that you're as good or even sometimes better than the mother. And that's sad because you both had the child. Now that is true. Now let me say this. That remark is coming from this is a great collab. Mm-hmm. That remark that James is giving us right now is actually coming from someone who is on the spectrum. And this is I'm assuming because I've seen the argument from so many different angles. That argument comes from someone who probably deserves to make sure, you know, to have a shared custody or a genuine, hey, this is both of our kids, blah, blah, blah. We both put, you know, whatever.
I'm with that 100%.
Your friend as well. Yes, the road is hard. This is the fact. And what you said is true. You know that the court system favors the mother. My thing is, how did we get to the court system? Because there are things that could have happened before the court system that makes it so that you know, depending on who you dealt with. Right. And who you dealt with is who you dealt with and how you dealt with that person. And that also comes into play. So it's so many things. Janelle here on YouTube also said that you made a good point as far as your take on the situation. And my hat that I throw into that. And also, you guys, if you've seen a post from GemDTwin, I'm actually trying to gather young ladies who actually want to participate in a documentary and tell your story. The documentary is called Baby Mama, but it is actually I'm sorry about that. But huh? No,
the
yeah.
The focus film she used to do our other.
But this should actually be about the stigma, because a lot of this we're not even talking about. Like when you guys are talking about baby mamas, you're not talking about me. You're not talking about the ones that didn't take you up a child support, and the ones that are interested in you being in your kid's life. That's not, baby mama has a negative connotation to it.
Not the fantasy baby mama.
Yeah, not the fantasy. It has a negative connotation to it, so much so that a lot of us don't even try to get what we need to get for our kids because you don't want to be a baby mama. But the story, there's so many layers to that, because there is one. What my question is always, what quality of life do you want your child to have? Mm-hmm. I don't care who the child is with. I don't care if the court system took it away from you and said, I want the baby to go over there with the grandmother. Mm-hmm. What quality of life do you want your child to have? Do you want your child to be able to play soccer? Because them fees be hitting you up, baby. Mm-hmm. Do you want them to be able to play sports every season?
Unless they play for me. We have the lowest fees in the area.
Shameless plug.
Just have that plug in there.
But yes, do you want them to be able to do this? Do you want, and how much, how much does it cost for them to eat every day? Also, do you want to split that cost down the middle? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And just like also, you said.
I think it goes back to too. We're saying all these great things, but as people, sometimes we use our kids as pawns.
And that is a whole other, that's not the baby mama that I'm trying to talk about. Exactly.
You got to put that out there too, because my point is.
Yes, and James said a good quality of life.
Is important.
Did you say as long as you're a part of it? Because some of that verbiage I might have a little bit of an issue with, because I want my kids to have a great quality of life.
So
period.
I was thinking about what you're saying. I kind of agree with you. I definitely agree with you, because I think that here's the thing. If you have a terrible baby's mom or baby's dad, right? You have a terrible one, and they're going to, you're going to give them all this money, and they're going to take most of it and do stuff with it. Yeah. That's like part of sunken cost, because you want your child to have everything that you can give them.
I want them to have.
And sometimes it may drive you crazy, and it may.
You got to take you out of the equation. You got to keep it about the child.
And a lot of times I think that we as people like to be people about it. We let our emotions get too deep, and we don't want the woman, that you chose to be with, unless you're like the virgin girl on that TV show who got
James the Virgin
artificially inseminated. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's probably happened in real life sometimes, but most of the time it didn't. Mm-hmm. That you made a conscious decision to lay down with this woman, so you liked her then. You thought she was gonna be, she was good for that. So she's holding your child now. So I feel like. And, people don't have to agree with me, because I love debate. Too much. Both my parents are lawyers. But I think that sometimes there's a sunken cost. If you have to think about what's best for the child. If what's best for the child is for the woman to take some of your money and do something with it, or the guy, because I'm saying woman, but,
There are some.
We definitely have on the opposite side. It goes to don't use your children as pawns. And remember the human side of it. Like
children
if you
are people too.
Children are people too, and we have to put ourselves honestly in the position like you can't. And from Rob's standpoint, just to take it back to the Black China, you're posting all these cars and all this money.
So
and
you got all of that.
You got all this stuff. It's like, how is that helping your child?
Right.
So it's like, still be a human about the situation. Right. If you're gonna take $20K, cool, but be a human. Try to have some type of sensitivity to yourself. Don't just be out here, just out here ratchet with it. And that's what I think Black China's doing. Posting up all Oh, she had like 6 cars in her driveway. It's only one of you.
Yeah.
You're out here dating whomever, and it's only one of you, and then you sitting here mad because you can't get $20K.
Right.
What are you really
I'm
doing
trying
with
to
that
tell
money?
y'all, because if you a real G, that one of them cars.
Okay,
Every
okay.
time I'm broke, one of them
That's
cars
my
is
point.
going. But
Yeah,
James, he said he wanted to be
a whole different.
So yeah, I think I'm talking about. See,
yes,
point
that is
Yes,
the different
like,
issue.
my
That's
thing
a
is, like,
different
don't
issue.
use these kids as
That's the
pawns.
shits.
Don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
honestly,
I'm
and
with
it,
that one.
Yeah.
it goes back
So guess
to
what? I'm with both of y'all.
Well, see, what the thing that should be on the shits award. We definitely got into
we gotta get into
we
it.
got into a deep. We're gonna have to do a whole show about
Definitely.
this. But the part that we were saying we're not with the shit. Now that part about having all of this and then you mad because you don't got $20,000. Yeah, well we can get rid of one of them cards. Okay, that part I'm not with the shits. Mismanagement of funds. James said he wants to be a part of his life, not just a paycheck. Yeah. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And you deserve that. I'm not with the shit when you can't be a part of your kid's life.
And this is not, and this might be a strong way to say this, but it creates an unnecessary, almost anger inside of the father because they're not, they're angry. So then you potentially damaged a relationship between between a child and their father. So now it goes to your dad ain't shit, but really your dad he's pretty okay. He's just broke.
Yeah. And my comments earlier, they seem a little callous, but people are, humans have emotions. And at the same token, you're talking about, saying, oh, you got to walk through the wall. But, you know how many swings it takes of a sledgehammer to actually break a brick wall?
Okay.
A lot of them.
Yeah, so, you got to go through there and break down that barrier.
You're going to go, and it's going to seem like you can never break through sometimes. And if somebody's doing you dirty, and this is in any aspect of life, that ain't cool.
Right.
And it can make you go crazy.
Yeah.
And you get angry. And
you do crazy
shit. In any situation, there's petty stuff on both sides.
Absolutely.
And yeah, in a perfect world, you're not going to do petty stuff. But guess what? We don't live. We don't get to live in PJ's world all the time.
No,
sometimes we have to live in y'all's world. I don't know how y'all live in this.
Whatever. Yeah. But so, people do.
Honestly, you can go in all day on that.
Yeah,
you really can because there's no way to speak about it quickly. Only because there are so many different elements to it. You have to address it from one.
There's definitely a way to speak about it quickly. I don't understand that.
What did you say about that shit?
You can say it sucks.
And just move on. Yeah.
But
you to attack it from all sides, because
I'm a genius. I forgot to tell you, I'm a freaking genius.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
And honestly, we can even go into say for instance, and this being real, if you have, you have parents who might have passed away and then the person who's left to take care of you is getting a check.
Right.
Where is that money really going?
Man, I know about that too.
I'm trying to tell you, and I was a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a certain amount of money each month to provide for me. What are you really doing with those funds? You understand what I'm saying?
And this is the thing, and there's a lot of stuff because even with that, because I've seen that happen too as well. But especially as a kid growing up, you never know where this money is going.
Yeah.
But how much is your rent? You see what I'm saying? Hey, in raising people in general, there's a certain amount of everything. Like how you have to factor in how is this person paying for things. Sometimes I've been a single mother for
a very long time.
A very long time.
How old is your child?
My oldest is 21.
For 21 years.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty much. I wasn't even gonna say that from the way back when, but yeah, pretty much.
Easy to quantify?
Yeah, pretty much. That much time, but calculate carry the one. But for that amount of time, I've had to make a way. Mind you, during making a way, while I am shouldering it all on my back, the thing that you sacrifice most is time with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can go make the money, but I got to be out the house to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Who's picking up the slack? So now I got to go make the money and pick up my own slack because there's not another person there doing their part. If you were putting in, say if there was an anonymous check If it was anonymous check coming in that was $600 a month, I wouldn't have to work a second job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you mad because I'm paying my rent with this rent with it, but again, we go back to quality of life. Of
course, you're gonna do that.
can, when my sisters and people that I know that are single mothers and things like that, and they can't make it, your kids' quality of life, because you think they're not looking for you out there in that audience. You know what I'm saying? So it's very funny when we get into the dollars and cents of things and where the money is allocated for. Because I've done the math, sweetie, and I could tell you, like, I was past $200 before. I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for this, but I could literally wipe my ass with it. Literally, in toilet tissue, I could use this money.
And honestly, with support, and I pray that, people like Black China, whoever, child support is only until your child is 18.
Be it father or son, a father or mother. If you want that parent to struggle the entire time because you think your contribution is too much, then if she's already struggling trying to make ends meet, she's not able to save for your child's education.
Yeah.
She's not able to go to certain things for your child. She's not able to contribute and go to things that might better even your child's chances. There's no extra program she can put your child in so that they can learn this, that, and the other. Your child will not be the one that's the all-star of the little leagues, blah, 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 because guess what? Some of those other kids get to play every season, all day, every day, get help on the weekends, do stuff in between because they get to does this. Your child just getting bent by.
It lowers your child's expectation of people.
And there's no child that should feel like they are less than when there is an opportunity for them to be better than that. It's just not fair. But so that's it's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not with the shit. That goes.
We can definitely go on that. I mean, on all aspects.
Yeah.
On all aspects.
So for all of that, y'all get the shits award for that. Yeah. That's the bullshit there. So
with that being said, do we still want to? Because we've gone.
We really got to get out of here.
Yeah, we might.
But we talked about detox tea. We're gonna have to table the affinity one.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what? We can just go around really quickly.
Yeah,
and just say what your thing is.
So okay, so there's so I can read it.
Okay, so there's a question on SipsTea the show on our Instagram page. So you guys check out our Instagram page, and the question was posted so that you guys could post your answer to it.
Latrice who did post to
it. She's
always doing it.
Love her for actually joining the conversation because the collab is super important. But the question for affinity is:
let's talk about the ships in quotation. What is the one thing you need in a relationship? And don't cop out by saying love in quotations, all caps. Also, what is a deal breaker for you?
Okay, so that's two questions right there.
That's like looks like a.
No, those are two questions.
No, I don't cop up love. Oh, love, don't say love.
Don't. Yes, the whole thing is we're talking about the ship. So no, it doesn't matter if this is a relationship like us with a significant other, or if this is a friendship or co-workership, whatever kind of ship it is that you're talking about. What is it that you need? And the point was, don't cop out and say from a relationship, I need love, because that's really not an answer. We all need love, and that thing comes in a whole lot of different ways. So you can't say that. And the second question,
what is the deal breaker?
Is what is your deal breaker in your ship?
Say one. So do you want to use this one? Or you want to add another one?
What?
Because you put. Oh no, you didn't answer the question,
girlfriend. I didn't.
Go ahead.
So I'm finding that in my ships, I need effective communication. Mm-hmm. James says he needs good conversation, and that's key to relationships. And cheating is his deal breaker. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm all for communication. Communication is super, super huge for me. I realize that the older I get, the more I realize that communication is big for me. And I literally, as I posted that question, I'm still working on what deal breaker is. But I don't like fucking lies. Mm-hmm. So
we one and the same.
No, here we go.
No, because there's almost
one and the same. With
there's
that
a
shit.
lot of things I can put up with, but not
stand
trying
no liar.
to guess and because it makes me feel like you're playing with my intelligence, like you think I'm stupid, you know.
And then you don't. And honestly, I have to agree with you on the liar part because when you start being, okay, it's a 3-part thing to being a liar. One, and I tell people this all the time: when you tell a lie, when you tell lies, it's lies, right? You just told a lie. But when you keep, lies, liar, and the compulsive lie. When you tell a lie, oh, you just told a lie. Yeah. When you keep lying, now you're a liar.
Liar, yes. The act of lying is a liar.
Lying just for no reason, now you're a compulsive liar.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so lies, liar, and compulsive liar, those are deal breakers for me. And something that I think that you need in a relationship to survive, love, whatever, you need emotions. Okay. Emotions on all capacity, not love. Love is great. You need
that's that. See, that's why I said, what do you need? That's why I need. This has got to be a very personal thing.
You can console me.
Yeah, but see, if you can communicate, for me, if you can communicate the fact, if you can communicate an emotion, like, okay, so I feel like this, that, and the other because of this, that, and the other, and it's a rational situation. Okay, maybe I don't need you to be like, emotional with me. Maybe you don't need to cry on Nemo and Bambi and stuff like that. That's sad. But if you can communicate, but for Eb Deceleb, her need is
and it's not
express emotion.
And it's actually, here's the thing, it's not even to communicate for me. Show me.
Right.
Show me that you don't gotta be crying, but just show me that you know what you are like you ain't heartless.
Yeah.
I can't date no heartless person because I'm not heartless.
Yeah.
I have a lot of emotion and love and understanding and peace, and you need all of these things to thrive on.
Yeah.
And you cannot, if you out here lying to yourself and lying to the world, you're lying about your, you understand, everything goes into one for me.
Right.
But the deal breaker for me is I can't stand no lies.
And see, that's so funny because if you can't show me your emotion, but you can tell me, even if you got to write it down, send a letter, smoke signal, whatever, I can almost accept that because I know everybody doesn't express things the same way.
But sometimes
and that's why
say anything now.
But that's why, yes, they could if they're a liar. But
that's why you can't be out here lying.
But
and
that's why
whatever the hell you want to say to make me feel good. So what about, don't get wet off no. Oh, I love you. Okay, so does Jesus. What's up? Next. I don't get excited off stuff like that. I'm sorry. I'm just a different type of person.
No, I understand what you're saying now. If you love me without action.
Yeah.
But see, there is action. But check this out. There is action without emotion. If you can tell me you love me, and maybe I don't see the emotion, but you have an action, because I do believe that love is an action word.
It is.
Then okay, because how you express love, the way I express love might be, you know what, I don't like to say this and I can't, whatever, but I'm gonna cook you dinner. That's my expression.
Yeah.
There are expressions of it, but that's not an emotional thing. Mm-hmm. Here's your dinner plate, baby. Enjoy your food. That's not really emotion, but that's showing.
It can be an emotion because it's like you took the time out of what you have going on to show another person that you kept.
But that's not an emotion. That's actually showing you in action.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay, that's cool. And I need that. I need to be able to agree to disagree in my ships. Like we cannot.
Oh yeah, we do.
We cannot have the same. And see, that's a ship. We cannot have the same point of view, but we do need to be able to respectfully communicate that is what it is. It's how you feel. This is how I feel. Okay.
One thing I will say, and then we can get to the professor's opinion as well, is our communication between me and GemDTwin is on point. And that's the thing we have honestly, because we get each other. And in a relationship, like she said, it doesn't have to be just with your partner, or your wife, or your husband. It's anything: family, sister, brother, cousin, boss, whatever. What are those ships looking like for you?
Yeah.
So
Mr. Non-emotion.
Because you married. So what you think?
And he's married, Mr. Non-emotion. Okay.
For me, it's
this is your need.
Yeah. For me, it's time, but not time in like spending time. It's time in like longevity. She'll tell you, like right now, currently I had zero. I said one friend was one friend.
Okay.
Zero friend, but it's
Outside of your wife.
Well, she said she's not my friend, she's my wife.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So, but it's time like longevity. Like I tell a lot of people when they first try to get in, because well, you don't, but she does.
Yes.
Like people like to use you, or people like to use me because I offer something. I can give them something. They can use me for whatever expertise I have for whatever it is at the time.
Right.
Which in some instances,
right.
But anyway, no, I can't leave. But so it's time. It's like I tell them, I say, all right, so I've heard this, whatever you're saying to me 100 times, but I already know that, let's say 6 months down the road, you're gonna be gone.
Yeah.
So
you need time to develop.
You gotta show me
to believe
that
you're going to be here, that you're going to stick around.
Wow,
that's crazy.
In and out.
That's deep. Though,
use me for whatever it is. I can name a bunch of things.
Yeah. Do you still look at your wife and be like, "You still here, huh?" All right, girl.
I was like, "Whoa, what happened?"
I fucks with you.
19 years. Huh?
Right. Wow. Wow.
But actually, our anniversary's coming up.
In December.
No.
In November.
25th, yeah, this month. It's coming up.
November.
Yeah, it'll be 18 this November.
Because the birthday is in
so the
December.
time,
Okay.
you need to time proves
time,
itself. Time proves.
Yeah.
To
see if you're.
That's true though too.
James been married for 23 years. Congratulations to everybody who are sticking out these relationships. Yes.
And I think that
that's a beautiful thing.
That's true.
Yeah. It's time to see if you because we call them associates, right? You got associates. Everybody knows associates.
Yeah.
But people that are actually friends, are people like I was explaining to my son. It's somebody that when you're in the down and you need somebody that will have your back. That person will have. You don't have to sit back and go.
I don't know.
I think they would. No, this person will have your back because everybody has ups and downs.
Damn, I guess so. So
that's what I say in my ships. I need that.
Yeah. And being that you've been married for so long, that actually, for me, I don't know for you, Jim, that kind of hits home because you do create these relationships off of momentary. What is it? The momentary.
Yeah.
You create all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Off of something you're feeling for the moment.
Yeah.
But then you look like, are you really gonna be there in like a year or two?
And the reason why sometimes I'm like iffy about the whole love thing is just because I've heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not one of us that will reach the age 30 or something.
Your friend said she's been married for 6 years. For me.
6 years.
Awesome.
And she needs to feel valued. Wow. Yes, I need to feel valued.
And with time, so I guess over time, that's when you'll see. Like if somebody values that much to spend.
Well, you can fake it.
But for so long.
Yeah, but for so long.
But eventually, because she knows me.
Mm-hmm.
You know me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the easiest person to be around.
Sure you are, Froggy.
No, I'm not. Like I'm, and so if okay, well, anyway.
I was gonna say because Jim, when we're all like, even when she's always with me, she's always entertaining you. I have to say that y'all are always having like long conversations.
But you know what it is? Because you have the skin.
Sensitive. Oh no, she's sensitive.
I am super sensitive.
But I think it's sensitive too with certain things, and in certain things like it's more so because she's very sensitive, but with certain things. No.
So you're not sensitive.
Yes. But I think you're time enough for her shit is what it is.
So, but so time you gotta be around, and that's in all of them.
Yeah.
It just takes time
being around people, and then they start
deal
saying
breaker?
stuff.
Deal breaker for me, I don't. If it's a real relationship, I haven't really came up with a deal breaker.
See,
if you weren't a friend,
That's what
if you weren't in, because this is how I feel. People are going to do. People are going to let you down.
let you down.
You know, I mean, we've known each other,
girl,
ever since you've been born. I've let you down before, right? It's just, it is,
It's just
you know,
life.
it's going to. Nobody's perfect, so people are going to let you down. So, my biggest is how you deal.
How you deal with the letdown?
Yeah, how you deal with it. And
Can
how
you guys agree that disappointment is part of
any relationship?
or any relationship?
Any
All of
relationship.
the ships have disappointment.
Yeah.
I will say that. Yes.
I
Yeah.
said two. I got two.
Two friends.
Yeah, I just thought of that.
I'm glad that you remembered them
I
before the
did.
show is over.
I
Because then
did.
they're gonna be battling out like, who is he
Yeah,
talking
if they ever
about?
see
Me
this,
or
they'll be
you?
like, well, they don't know each other.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they live 15
Okay. So if they watch you, be like, yeah, I was talking about you.
Yeah,
before.
you
You the one.
You know. How many of you people burn?
But
Wait, that didn't
yeah.
sound good. Scratch that out. We're gonna edit that out.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Live
live.
show.
This is live.
But yeah. So
This is
that
really good show.
because
our
I
shows
still
have
was
been
trying to
getting
come up with
great.
that deal breaker.
So
like,
I guess you have to let us know, like, what would be the deal? Would it not be the line? Oh, you can maybe get over the line.
I mean, it depends on what it is that. See, everything has a contingency. What are we lying about?
It can't be compulsive. Like if it's compulsive, then
yes.
When
When I can't just believe shit,
you
my
just
mind
lying
got
to be lying, and you just don't know why you lying. You be like,
That's-
"Woo,
that's-
I had a
child."
friend like that.
That is
I can't take it. What do we?
Because then you can't even listen to any.
I
No,
can't.
the problem is you do listen and you do trust because you're like you can't go around me like, oh, I can't listen to anything. You're like, okay, well, why would they tell me that they wore a blue shirt yesterday?
When they didn't, you wore a red shirt. Why did you tell me blue?
Of course, I don't believe that you wore a blue shirt because you said it, and then it turns out you wore a red shirt. You're like,
for what did you lie?
And then people go, oh, but you know it's so and so, but still.
Right.
Like
why?
Why would I think show me the wrong color shirt? Like I have no reason, exactly.
I don't want to question the BS, like the small stuff. I don't like lying for like retardedness, like stuff that you really didn't have to lie for. So if there was a deal breaker, it would have to definitely be compulsive lying, where I just can't trust anything you say because for real, I am in all my relationships, in all my ships. I just want to be safe.
Yeah.
I am out here. We are all out here, single people, and we all feel at we are
vulnerable space.
We're vulnerable to everything around us.
Exactly.
So everybody, or me personally, I just want a safe space. I want to be safe with my friends. I want to be safe in whatever. I want to know what I know. Like if we down, that's why communication is big for me. If we down, right? There's no question about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about, I turn around and we not down. No, we down. We communicate it.
You know what?
But
one girl I was messing with a long time ago. She
19 years ago.
Oh, she knows.
20 years ago.
Had been longer than that.
21.
She was like, "Oh, you're naive,"
ago.
and and I thought about that because she was like doing stuff, and I chose to believe what she said.
Yeah,
but looked at it as well, that part. But on the other side is okay. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody, you want me to just go around and question everything?
Right.
If I do that, then I don't need to be in a relationship with you. I choose to trust you.
Okay, and she says lack of trust is a deal breaker. Yeah.
Somebody said who said cheating? James
said cheating.
I think
and
cheating,
Janelle said lack of trust.
I think cheating goes along with the trust thing. Cheating goes along with that, and compulsive lie. Like a cheater to me is a liar, right? Because you're saying, like, I feel like I would never cheat because I feel like if I think there's something out there better, then I'm just gonna go get it.
Yeah.
Leave what I have and go get it.
Absolutely. Bye to you. I'm gonna go do
Instead,
this.
you're cheating. You're saying you're coming home. You're telling you're
lying.
You're like, oh no, baby, you're the only one I love. Unless you have the open relationship. You're like, oh, I love you, and you don't want. Then you go out and do something. That's lying to me.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I mean, because that's even. I wouldn't even go so far as compulsive unless you like cheat and then come home straight away and tell. But I don't. Anybody's ever done that.
But I think compulsive lying too goes back to when you just doing shit to be doing shit and you don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what? Why? You told me this the other day. Well, I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I don't really much get down with cheating.
Yeah,
only because I always have been from the school where what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I'm like that.
And so I don't appreciate
is lies.
Yes, lies for a lot of people is a deal breaker. But what's good for the goose is what's good for the gander. So if you out here, doing whatever you want to do, just let me know.
Exactly.
Because I mean, Jill on stage doing what she want to do. We had to go back to Jill, y'all. We had to go back to Jill.
Jill said it's okay to be you.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like, that's the one thing I don't get down with cheating, because, like, just be real about it. Like, if you want to go do you, and you still want to be with me, give me the opportunity
at the same token, why I didn't say cheating, and I'll tell you why. I'm not saying I condone cheating, but I want to know what made you cheat. Mm-hmm. That's like let's get to
and that's why cheating is the worst, because 9 times out of 10, and I don't know, 9 times out of 10, I have been schooled by a man who basically at the time, the reason that he cheated had nothing to do with me. The reason that he cheated was because there was a vagina available to plug. Simple as that. He had to plug it. I mean, it was there. I have this, you have that. Let's do it. And so it wasn't. But I'm not down with cheating either, because I know that it leaves an emotional toll on the other person. It doesn't feel good on the other person, and that person is left to do with Eb Deceleb to talk about and figure out why. When the whole thing is super simple, because I wanted to find another person because they were there.
But sometimes, I'm gonna have to like play devil's advocate with this. Like, I don't condone cheating. However, I like to know the reasons why. And if it's never right to cheat, but why did you feel like you have to cheat? Let's talk about this. And it could be a situation where you have commitment issues. Well, now why do you have commitment issues? Let's go a little bit deeper than that. Where did this start?
That's psychological.
But I don't even think you have to go that deep, because remember we're talking about how it's at time. People can figure for.
Oh yeah.
People that have your, somebody that you want to know that has your back. So if somebody in a relationship, you want to know they have your back, and so like your dude, he was like, yeah, it was there, and I had to plug it. Well, that means that right there was more important than how.
And that is my thing with cheating. That was more important. Whatever this minuscule thing for you, that was more important to you than not hurting me.
Yeah. Oh, and.
So that's
fact.
But y'all, you know what?
This is
way too much.
You know what, the professor, you look.
The professor.
Do we get an A? God damn it. Oh, James is good. I swear to God, James. What does it say?
He says, okay, so lack of trust is a guilt. Oh, yeah. I know you was agreeing with me, girl. Okay, he says, no, I'm not.
He's not
doing crazy because my spouse is he's not doing crazy because his spouse is doing crazy. My thing is just the availability. If you doing some crazy stuff, doesn't necessarily mean that I have to, but don't leave me at home, because my thing was always, where was I at when you was cheating? 9 times out of 10, because of who I am, I was at home doing shit for us, and you were out doing something else. That bothers me. At least let a bitch know I might be out at the club. I might be actually having some other kind of fun other than being focused on you while you're doing
a relationship, and you didn't know that you didn't need to be.
No, I'm over here nesting, and you over here plugging.
But you guys know this conversation. Y'all know, man, we gotta wrap it up. Got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah. And I am queen of the high road, and I'm trying to get over that. I will let you guys know that. James said, "Take the high road." I truly am queen of the high road.
Let me tell you, GemDTwin will just motherfucking put 2 cups in a bucket and fuck it.
I'm queen of the high road. I'm tired of it, to be honest.
And if she holds on, know that she really fuck with you, because she. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't take the high road. I just roll.
But to be honest, I'm getting a little sick of it, because it's making me start to think that I'm a little, glutton for punishment, or I'm a masochist or something like that.
That might be your thing.
That might be my thing. I refuse it though. But anyway, guys, we have got to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you
much. To the professor.
Can you let the people know where we can find you, where they can follow you, go into PJ's world?
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube. YouTube channel is called PJ Liddell. the PJ's World. And you can find my album Long Time Coming. It's everywhere albums are sold except in stores.
What did somebody say?
Listen, this just made me burst out laughing.
What?
Janelle said, "You're okay. He's just broke. Should be on a t-shirt."
Oh my God! Keep going.
Famous Eb Deceleb.
Oh my God!
That's okay. He's just broke.
Oh, I said
Yeah,
that.
you said that.
Classic Eb Deceleb. So we will put that on a t-shirt,
Yeah,
and maybe
wait,
PJ will put it on the back of one of the CDs.
Let me actually take a picture of that because y'all know I be saying the wildest shit.
She says the wildest.
I say the wildest
Your
shit.
dad's
I swear I
okay. He's
do.
just broke.
He's just broke, you know. The fuck? I swear, y'all. I gotta take pictures of this one because that was good. Tell them about the granite.
Oh yes! Oh my gosh!
Really
Okay,
quickly.
so talking about brewing tea and everything, everybody look at SipsTea, this show on YouTube. The Us Girls, Eb Deceleb, and I will be at Granite City Brewery on Sunday, November 18th from 3 to 6, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
We will be at Granite City Brewery.
Come
It's
take
in
a
the
picture.
National Harbor. Come and flick it up with us for a second. You know we're going to be out there getting into the tea with all of the different vendors. It's a small business vendor pop-up. They're talking about free appetizers and drinks. So you know that is the kind of soiree that GemDTwin loves the most.
Did you say free drinks?
I did.
Yeah,
I said that. Free, yes.
What am I
So
doing?
y'all guys come out.
cocktails. So free cocktails.
Are you gonna be there? So we can come check you
appetizers.
out. The Professor, are you gonna be there?
I'm planning to be there.
Yeah, so the
I was about to
Professor
say
will definitely be
non-committal.
there.
Well,
and-
that's because we have a soccer tournament this weekend. So
You don't want to explain it to me, Ricky.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
explain. But yeah, so check it out. Come and holler at us. Hopefully you guys, if you're in the DMV area, come to the National Harbor between 3 and 6 p.m. And we are going to check out, come with your pockets. I mean, ready, because you guys can pick up some stuff for
There's gonna be a lot of
Christmas,
different vendors, yeah.
some gifts. There's going to be some
And
great
also,
vendors
if you want to
there.
donate to SipsTea the show because we are trying.
Please help us.
Help this. We're poor.
Yes, we are
We're
definitely.
broke. Our daddies ain't giving
And
us
you
no
guys can
money.
hit us up at SipsTea@gmail.com. If you would like to sponsor us, if you would like to advertise with us at SipsTea@gmail.com, or hit us up on Instagram or Facebook. Please, y'all know, I know y'all not, y'all not big on the whole Twitter thing with us yet.
Oh yeah, they not.
Ain't nobody on that Twitter channel. Ain't nobody tweeting.
I can't even.
I'm in there talking to my damn self. But yeah, we are still there. Whether
She been talking to herself.
talking to myself, I'm tweeting
You know
for
what?
nothing, for no damn reason,
You know
no
what I
good
do?
reason.
I'm gonna hook you up.
Hook me up.
I'm gonna hook you up. I got an idea.
You gonna tweet it?
Huh? No, I'm not. Nobody listen to me, but I got a hook up.
You got a plug?
Yeah,
Okay.
You
We gonna get the plug. So yes,
Granite
Granite City Brewery.
By the time I get home.
I'm gonna have to send you a memo.
She will.
Yeah,
I just want to let you know.
I will.
No, I got a definitely.
And I'll be like, step your game up.
I got a great idea. That's gonna work.
Yeah. I will follow. Thank you, James. Yes, please follow us on Twitter. It will be so much fun to actually interact
and I want to
with you
say
guys.
thank you to everybody who has been watching our show.
Yes, we
Like,
really
we
appreciate
you guys,
it.
and we are going to do something really big for the people. We want to put together an event. We're just trying to, nail everything down, get a timeline and all that stuff right. But we really thank you guys for being with us and watching the show from the beginning. It means so much to us. And when we get there, because we're going to get there.
You're going to be right there.
You're going to be right there. James.
Oh, Mary.
Okay.
Yes. And Janelle, thank you so much for tuning in. It is so great to see you guys, everybody who tunes in on Facebook, on Instagram, on
everywhere.
On YouTube, all of that. Thank you for being with us with those technical difficulties on YouTube. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Damn.
So
you gotta take us out with another song.
Which one?
Yeah,
I'm not there.
And don't forget to tune in next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday we're gonna actually have a comedian on deck.
Yeah, somebody could make, because y'all motherfuckers be having
yes. Yeah, James, you do. You try to watch every week. You've been very, very consistent with us.
Yes.
And
he lets our followers know.
And not only does he watch, he actually interacts with us, and you have some really, really great point of views that we love to talk about on the show.
And by the way, you didn't know this, but you interacted with me.
When this was remember when our show went down and he was letting everybody know that it was not working.
Oh, really?
He was letting him know. What's your
Did I write it right?
SipsTea the show, the whole thing.
I gotta write the whole
yes,
thing.
we're SipsTea the show on just about everything.
I gotta type it.
Yep, there we go.
That came up.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're looking at which one do you want to hear? Which one do y'all want to hear? Okay.
Head cake.
Yeah, that's the one where I was with my Sunday dinky. Maybe I better.
Oh no. Well, just play it from your phone.
Okay.
And this is a head case, and if you were listening earlier, he said that this is the one that he took to his therapist, who I don't know why she still is dealing with you.
Oh, she's not. She fired me.
Oh, okay.
Third time.
Sound about right.
Yeah. Whenever I see it.
So what do you?
Did you turn it on or not?
You thought you was about to drown. This is. It's like some metal rock. Like okay. Acid.
I don't think so. Actually, there you go. I do have a song that I do. I do some screamo on it.
Screamo? Is that it?
You know, like
yeah.
But it didn't come out like the way I wanted.
This is the Amazon.
Yeah, see, they don't really tell you what it is. They just tell you where to go. It's usually a block. So now I know, and so I'll never go back. But you always wait. I waited until they're like, what happened to you?
See you at the harbor on Sunday.
Like, it turns out it becomes like $70. I mean, $80.
Yeah, this is like.
Do it again. I was gonna try to screenshot. That was funny. Where's my screenshot thingy?
Because it's about going to see a friend. That's why I went out of breath.
I'm waiting for it in the live, y'all. Somebody told it in the live.
I did what you're not supposed to do. You know, you never cut through before. Well, I was cooking beer, and I have the thing is down here, and you know the
The live radio song. Did you make radio song now?
Yeah, we bought one.
So did Mary.
Well, I mean, we like the bag. Yeah. We're several the bag. That's the problem.
Mary said she bought the whole set.
The only reason I buy more than one is because, you know, Renee has a. That she goes for $2,000. But every once in a while, we want another night. I love me some knives.
Y'all later. Thank y'all for watching.
There you go.